One question I received from someone who was writing me, and he was asking about now kind of switching from this high-level perspective on how to start such a thing to a more operative perspective. How do you actually, like, if you're Enrico, and how do you start? Do you first hire people who work with you, or do you first kind of test your idea, like maybe get in touch with one or two universities and kind of tell them, hey, I have this one startup that I'm cooperating with? So what is, because you said that it's important to test, right? So what are some good ways to test whether my value proposition that I found is really working in the market without, spending $500,000 on it?
Pretty much, I don't think that one needs to hire people or something for two reasons. First of all, because the real goal of anyone who's looking to start a business is not really building a team. The real main goal should be testing the product.
Yeah.
Second thing, the second reason why I don't think it's needed is because if you are able to inspire people for what you're doing, for what you're building, for what you're creating, and again, you have a crystal clear understanding of what's your value proposition, people feel inspired, people want to work with you, people want to support you. And so you don't need to really spend money to hire people. And that is beautiful. That way you're basically building your co-founding team.
Yeah.
And when things started running out, of course, everyone who is willing to stay, everyone who feels, still, empowered by that mission or something, that is how you're creating the co-founding team.
Yeah.
And how do you get things, started, or how do you test things? By being very quick in building that product. So here we recall the concept of MVP, minimum viable product. Maybe it's clear to people, maybe it's not, but the idea is to build a product that has the minimal features to allow people out there to recognize your value.
Yes.
And you don't need to build an app, a website, or fancy things. You need to build that little product, again, in a very, 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 very easy way. That could be even like printing that out of, I don't know, like a printing machine or something. And here I'm thinking about the case of Ulema, right?
Yeah.
The Ulema built, the way that everything was born was just like going around and collecting information from those restaurants, put them together, and printing in a very simple Word file, on a printing shop.
Very manual way.
And that was an MVP. That was their product. But they had amazing traction. Everyone in there was using it. How Facebook was born, pretty much the same. A very simple database, a little platform with basically reporting all the photo, all the students and stuff. So that's the way things get started actually. So trying to build that product that is able to highlight the value, that you are delivering.